I don't really know whether I should do flies these videos in German or English. So I'll just stick to English, I suppose. A brief one on meditation. Everybody thinks meditation is really difficult. It's something you've got to do, something special you have to do. You have to sit in a special position and you have to speak the special words, Om Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, and you have to think in a special way in order to reach the special place. It's not true. The idea behind, say, something like Vedanta meditation is the recognition that you've already achieved what you want to achieve. Enlightenment isn't something you do, or the perspective of the enlightened mind isn't something you have to achieve. It's already there. It's an unveiling, it's uncovering the mind from the illusion that there is a mind and unveiling the reality that there is only the one consciousness. So there is nothing to do in meditation. There's nothing to achieve in meditation. Now, it makes it all sound really easy because you don't do anything at all. But you can't make the mask of illusion just go away. Sometimes it goes away by itself. You can aid it along by focusing on all the things that are not real, and upon the recognition that there are all these things that are not real, reality will then shine through. That's the idea. So you meditate in order only to eliminate the unreal things, so that the only thing you're left with is then the only reality, which is Brahman, the ultimate reality, the thing that all of this is made of, the thing that you are made of, the only thing there is. So it's identification of the falsities, one after the other. My thoughts are false. The idea that I am me is false. The idea that there's a world out there that looks like this is false, and so on and so forth, in order to come to the perspective, or to have the truth unveiled, that if all of that is the case, then what is left over, and what is left over is then the only thing that there ever was, which is universal consciousness of the Godhead. So the problem is that all of these things are very seductive. You know, the world is very seductive. Thoughts are very seductive, as we know, because we keep dropping off into them over and over again. All these things are very seductive and grab our attention. So you can't find them in thoughts or feelings. You can't find that reality in thoughts and feelings. You can't. It can't be reached through a battling logic. It can be reached through logic and a logical analysis, self-inquiry. That's Advaita Vedanta. You know, ask questions, eliminate each question along the way. But you can't reach it with rational thinking, because at some point this thing lies beyond the rational, or lies beyond thinking. So if you find it anywhere, it's in the space between thoughts. So there's a meditation then. Sit think a thought. Think the next thought. Think another thought. Think another thought. Think another thought. Observe the space in between the thought, where there is no thought. Then think your next thought. Then observe the space till the next thought comes. And each time, just stay in the space in between the thoughts. It's really difficult at first, but then you focus only on that space. And eventually the thoughts on either side become sort of uninteresting, and the interesting thing is the space. And once you can sort of stay in that space for a certain amount of time, then you can start investigating the space. What is this space like? What does it feel like? Does it have boundaries? Yeah. Just experience the space, and you keep experiencing that space for longer and longer periods until eventually thoughts become sort of just occurrences on the periphery. They just sort of appear every now and again, pop up. They're irrelevant, really, and then they're gone, and you're back in the space, and you just stay in the space as long as possible. And in that space, reality reveals itself. It doesn't happen immediately, of course. People can practice for years and years and years, and it doesn't reveal itself at all, or appears not to, because it can be really subtle. It's not like you're going to get a flash of wild enlightenment that blows you away. It can just be a creeping recognition, and it will glow through everything and take its place in your life, in your everyday life, because you cannot avoid then looking around the world and realizing this is all not really here. So it becomes something that you don't just do in meditation, it stays. So just sit, doesn't matter what position you sit in, just don't fall asleep. Watch your thoughts, slide into the space between the thoughts every now and again. Stay in that space as long as possible and examine only the space. It's a quick tip for meditation. Got a butterfly, it's just landed on me.